Mr. President, thank you so much for taking
Thank you.
time. No
Thank you,
busy day.
Because the whistleblower came out and said horrible things about this call. It was really a terrible call. You know, all these terrible things about this call. I said that wasn't a bad call at all. Now, what else happened? Over an absolutely perfect phone call with a very nice gentleman. And when I read it, I said, this is like a perfect conversation. I knew it beforehand, but I wanted to say, could I have possibly said something wrong? And it was a perfect transcription of a perfect conversation. The president of Ukraine came out and said that was a perfectly fine call. There was no pressure. There was no anything. One of his top people, I guess one of his heads of state, came out and said this was a perfect call. We have an exact conversation. And everybody agrees with me 100%. And look at the wife of the man that works. I won't even mention names. These people are sick. There's something wrong with that. John.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that. This should never happen to our country again, and this should never happen to a president again. Look, the Washington Post, which is a fake deal, and nobody's done better. We have the best economy. We have the best unemployment numbers, the best employment numbers, we have the best of everything. With all of the things we've done, regulation cuts, the biggest tax cut in history, so many things. And they left, and they were dark people. They left dark. And then you have Hillary Clinton saying 2 days ago, we have the best economy, we have the best unemployment numbers, the best employment numbers. Tulsi Gabbard, we took on the Clinton family and we took on the Bush family and we beat them both. You know, two, I guess you'd call them dynasties, right? If that's called a dynasty. But we beat them both. And I would say they don't exactly like me. And everybody agrees with me 100%. But we're doing a great job. And with all of the things going on, and now to think it starts up again. So now what happens is I immediately release it. I release the conversation, okay? So now we have a conversation that's perfect, and it's transcribed, and it's done by totally professional people. We have an exact conversation. I release it. And now you don't hear from the whistleblower anymore, because the whistleblower was talking about this conversation in phony terms. We have an exact conversation. A very minor conversation with the president of a country who just got elected. It was really a congratulatory conversation. The first page is, you know, congratulations on your win, et cetera, et cetera. Couldn't have been nicer. I tell you, Lindsey Graham said, when he read it, he said, I never knew that Trump was that nice a person. We have an exact conversation. This was such a nice conversation. There was no pressure.
I thought he was a friend of yours.
No, he said, I never knew that he was so nice, meaning me. They say that the whistleblower, they don't need the whistleblower anymore. Why don't they need the whistleblower? You know why they don't need the whistleblower? Because the whistleblower's account of my conversation was totally wrong. Now, they had no idea I was going to release the conversation. I don't want to release a conversation. People aren't going to want to talk. If that were Don Jr., if that were Eric Trump, who are very outstanding young men, it would be the biggest story of the century.
And what does it say about the media?
They gave Pulitzer Prizes to people that got it wrong. Okay?
Let me ask you, so do you see a scenario where they will impeach you?
I was in Dallas the other night. We set a record in a stadium. I don't know, it's got to be an arena that's got to be 20 years old. We have a record. We had thousands of people outside watching on big screens. They've never seen anything like that. And it's that way at every place. I mean, that was Dallas, which we love. That was great. They did a great job. Great place. But it's that way every place. So I think the public is seeing it, actually.